This could be a perfect source for an innovative development in drug creation. Thank you, Attila.
Definitely could.
Yeah. And that is now stored on your shuttle because nothing could possibly go wrong. We've got the perfect equipment to store this type of stuff. Um, Many other things happen on the Great Ship Travel. I'm going to shorten that conversation to literally that statement. But in line with our intention to sort of go through the rules a bit, and also supply, if nothing else, Matthew with some actual understanding of the delve rules, should he choose to discuss said rules in the near future on our podcast. I am proposing that we will skip forward through the remaining sort of 6 to 7 weeks of travel, and arrive at the ziggurat. So, the way delving works is, and this is the very important thing, the great ship drops out of the slipstream into the system, and then you guys bundle into the shuttle that you have, your little grasshopper, with an intention to travel to the site. Now, you've got 60 points of supply currently loaded in your shuttle. This is in addition to the supply you are carrying on your personhood.
I'm carrying 4 points of supply on mine.
Yes,
is that right? Yeah.
Yeah. So you've all got a little bit of individual supply that we rolled when you first created your characters. I think it was a D6 worth of supply. I can't quite remember, but that sounds about right. Each 4 points of supply is one load. Now, I'm pretty sure that as currently written, the character sheet is not auto-calculating that, but if someone wanted to drop an extra 8 points of supply on their sheet and just see if the load recalculates, which is in that sort of gear tab, that would be useful to know. Otherwise, we'll have to create
12.
an equipment on each person's character sheet, and you just call it supply, and we'll just increment it.
Where do I see my load?
It's right down below the list of equipment. So if you scroll down your equipment sort of list, load is at the bottom.
In the gear?
Under encumbrance?
Yeah, under encumbrance.
Right. Yeah. So I've got 5.5 out of 9. I didn't see whether that changed.
Oh, okay.
Go back down to 4.
That suggests it is going up, actually.
3.5, yeah, 3.5 at 4.
Okay, great.
5.5 at 12.
I am happy to report then that supply and is auto-calculating, which is actually brilliant because that means as we reduce it, it'll auto-calculate as well. So the very quick and dirty on supply. Effectively every unit of time, it's not a shift, whatever they call it.
I'll tell you what it's not doing though.
Actually,
it's not calculating it right. If I've got 3.5, I've got one in here still counted, 2 pistols, which is each worth 1. Oh, I've got a backpack does not get counted against load.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's still not calculating it right though, because I've got 4 points of supply. So it should be 4.5 load, unless the backpack actually has a...
I think it's discounting, I had this thought, I think it's discounting your delve suit.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it's not counting your armor.
But still, then I think I should have 4.5. Anyway, let's not worry about it.
Let's just
carry on. Let's load up with all the supply we can.
So
all the shit.
So per I'll actually get the delve rules up so I don't stuff this up. Per unit of travel, as you explore, you use 1 point of supply across the entire group if you are 5 or less players, 5 or less party members. If you had a big team, more than 5, you would actually be burning an extra point of supply as you do the delve. However, we're not doing that, so that's easy. Oh, here we are, delve rules right in front of me. Oh, good. Oh no, that's the ziggurat. Okay. Yeah. Right behind that is the delve rules. even better. By the way, I just want to say something. It's an opinion of mine. You may or may not recall, I did all these videos where I did these process maps to describe how you can play various things. And I'm just going to note that they've started putting process maps at the start of sections where they're running through the rules. And I'm going to claim that as one of mine. And I think
go ahead.
You
I
absolutely
noticed
should.
when you said so in your first read through.
yeah, yeah. I thought, oh,
You
that's
absolutely
interesting.
should claim credit for that.
I think that worked really well. All right, so anyway, point is use 1 point of supply as you travel through the space. And now I can't find the bloody delve rules because I was literally reading them yesterday and now I can't find them. So such an experience of, here we are, delve rules. Right, the delve procedure. Okay, so let's just go through this. So as you travel through the delve, you use 1 point of supply for the whole group. You are all carrying supply and one of you takes the hit. When you fire your weapons and need to reload them, you use 1 point of supply to do a reload action. If you roll very badly, you use 2 points of supply.
Sorry, Thomas, when do we have to reload our weapons?
After they've been exhausted. So some weapons
do we
have low
exhaust our
capacity. Some weapons have low capacity, which means basically they're once and done. If you roll no successes, I think, and fails, then your weapon becomes empty. And if you choose to use the auto fire feature of your coiler carbine, should you have a coiler carbine, Jed,
Yes.
you exhaust the weapon at the end of the auto fire usage and then need to reload it.
If anybody at home is following along, we are on page 214 or thereabouts.
The rules. So gear and supply. So before undertaking, you split the supply amongst the group. If any individual supply goes below 3, they have to roll on the supply. If the next time they start to suffer impacts from having lower supply than everyone else. If you want to rest for a shift and try and regain some health and some hope, that costs you a point of supply to sit around. Doing your initial scouting activities each costs you a supply. So there's 2 initial scouting activities. One is the scan, and one is sending the bird out to do a blight scan. Both of those cost a supply individually. And importantly, if you don't have a scan and you're making your way through the delve, it's very expensive on supply very quickly. You actually, if you can, far better to sit around and do another round of, I'm going to try that again and see if I can get that to work, than you are to go, oh, we failed, we should just go. And I cannot overstate that because the cost difference is very significant. And then lastly, just to add in, you use the supply whenever you undertake strenuous activity, so that is combat, but also trying to clamber over or get through hazards. So, on average, on this delve, just as a hint, you'll use anywhere between sort of 20 to 30 supply just to get in and out.
Is that between us all?
That's total, so
Yeah,
that's
total.
spread,
Okay.
so of the 60. But then obviously if you do strenuous activities or you need to reload weapons or do other things, then that will add to that number.
Okay.
So you guys have got some advice. You know where the ziggurat is. You're meant to land near the ziggurat, make your way to the ziggurat, and then explore said ziggurat with the intention of discovering what happened to the Black Toad team that were doing whatever they were doing inside the ziggurat.
So if we each take 12, there are 5 of us, yeah. If we each take 12 supply, that will we'll be carrying the full 60
That is correct.
on top of whatever you might already have.
Yeah.
And can we use our car or what it is as well, our little vehicle? to load supplies into.
You can, but you can't take that into the ziggurat. So in
All right.
effect, it's just a way of carrying to the entrance. It doesn't actually change the supply equation for you at all.
Okay, so
All right.
I have just plugged in 16 supply, and out of my 9, I have 6.5. So I still
I have
room
just
for more.
realized what is calculating incorrectly on the sheet is your maximum encumbrance. So your maximum encumbrance is your strength plus 4.
7 then.
7.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Then I'm at maximum.
I have
Okay.
6.5 out of 7. That'll do.
Yep. So do I. Yep.
I'm right on the edge of what I can carry
I believe most of you are.
with
Yep.
16.
7 out of 7. I think I have 3.5 out of 8.
Yeah. Have you put supply in though?
No.
So
How much is supply?
Add 12 supply to your supply count.
Whatever supply total you've got.
So Pete, you're sitting literally on 7. Or Attila, you're sitting on 7.
Well, it's strength plus 4, yeah? You said?
Yep, that's right. Yep.
So I have 10 encumbrance. Because I've got a strength of 6.
Yep. Okay. Wow. So you do actually have it calculating correctly. Or well, you do it.
Well, no, I have 12, but
Right.
Yeah.
as my max, but I'm gonna go 10 as what it should be.
So the nice thing here is that your poverty is in your favor at this point because you don't have enough equipment to overload your sheets. Look at that. Look how poverty is saving you.
For now.
I don't want to hear any more whinging about not enough money. That's what I want to make the point.
Exactly.
It's like,
when you get into gear, just make sure that it's equipped. Like anything that you want to have.
I've gone through pretty much everyone and equipped their gear.
Okay,
I'm hoping
awesome.
I've managed everyone.
Excellent.
How do I see whether it's equipped or not?
It should have a little flag. So you should for equipment, it's a suitcase, and for for armor, it's worn. It's got the little T-shirt symbol next to it.
Oh, and for gun, it's hand.
Yeah.
I'm just going to show.
Cool. So I have not got my Fusilier cricket. Cool.
Well, I think like if it's your weapon is in hand, it gets a hand, but you also carrying a weapon, but you're not actually holding it. It's still a suitcase.
Correct. That is correct. One thing to note is I'm just sorry, Matt. I'm just going to Verlof. I'm just going to unequip your armor and see if you're okay. I don't think. Oh no, hold on. Here we go. No. Okay. I don't think it's counting armor.
I thought we'd down one. Yeah.
So everyone, have a look at the weight of your armor and add it to the number. I think you're going to find one of you at least steps over the boundary on that in that moment, which means you're going to want to give more stuff to Attila to carry. Hey, Attila.
Hi.
Thanks for grabbing my shit.
Not particularly. I have 1 or 2 encumbrance. But sure.
All right.
If someone wants me to carry a weapon of some description, that is fine.
Okay, so we're adding the weight of our armor.
So just add the weight of your armor to that number that you see in front of you,
and the weight of our pistol.
On page 93, it says armor and delving suits do not count toward encumbrance.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry, missed that.
Oh,
okay. Fair enough. Okay. All right.
Awesome.
Turns out you can wear it. All right. Ignore me.
A question. I think I have heavy tools, and did the cutting torch, is that included in the heavy tools, or is that a separate item?
Oh, actually, all right. No, that's a very reasonable question. On the equipment list, let me see, what does it say next to? Oh no, that's the things. I did see heavy tools a second ago. Scrolling back, scrolling back, scrolling back. Heavy tools.
Probably not, I'm guessing.
No, it just says to perform mechanical repairs.
Right.
So new. Niet. Niet. So you can have, yeah. But your cutting torch operates as a welding torch, so you can do nasty things with it. Okay, so on that note then, is anyone over encumbered and do they need to offload something? Because you can't exceed your encumbrance number.
Nope.
Yes, I think I'll drop my pickaxe.
Or
You never need a pickaxe for archaeology.
I've got one of those anyway.
you're carrying a pickaxe?
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right.
I've got one of my own.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. That's perfect. You just need, to be fair, you just need one in the group. You don't need two, unless, of course, one breaks, in which case maybe you did need two. But let's not dwell on the negatives. Let's only dwell on the positives.
Yeah, I don't plan on it breaking. Don't worry.
Growth mindset. Growth mindset, people. Okay, so you're dropping your pickaxe to get your equipment load down below the max.
Yeah, I'm at max now.
You're at max. Awesome. Jed and Doug. By the way, can everyone put their character names in their Zoom profiles, please, if you don't know how to do it? It's the little hover over your own image and hit the ellipsis, and I'm pretty sure it's rename. Yep, rename.
Have I done it?
You have. Well,
You're
at least
okay.
I can.
You've got your name in brackets.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And in the grand tradition of every Zoom meeting I've ever had, or every Zoom game I've ever run, Pete's got it in front of his name in brackets. Jan has put it before his name, which is his name in brackets, and then everyone else's, and then Matt and oh no, hold on. Doug has capitalized his name, and Matt has got his in traditional Western European capitalization protocol.
Surely capitalize the
Full
Osop
name.
is all it needs.
No, that's true. It's the missing exclamation marks that makes me sad about that. I am Eosop! Exclamation mark.
Yes. The Eosop.
I am the Eosop. Okay. So on that note then, you find yourselves in front of the ziggurat. Now, the good news is you can actually pretty much just land right outside it. You don't have to land a long way away.
Nice.
You can actually park
The interesting,
right up next to it.
Who's our pilot in this little merry band?
That's the wrong map.
And we can't see.
The wrong ziggurat map. There, you're not meant to. There we are.
So as we come in for a landing,
yes.
Are there any other vessels here? Because there should be the vessel of the Black Toad or whoever it was that came before us that we're coming to find.
Very good point.
I love that question.
We kept on script.
All right. So
that is scout thinking.
That is scout thinking. There is a large clearing forming an irregular circle around the ziggurat, which is 400 meters in diameter. It's covered with a thick underbrush of vines. There's amber-colored clouds in the sky, and obviously there's this gigantic ziggurat structure rising up from the middle of this area. The vines are pretty thick. You can't see any you can't visually sight anything. Can I ask your scout, since Scout has volunteered to be scouting, to make a is it? I think there's perception, isn't there? Yep, perception check. As you operate the equipment on your shuttle, the grasshopper, the Attila's circus grasshopper, to determine whether you can detect any other ships or vehicles.
Right. I think I can just hold on. How do I make a perception check?
You
What do I
click
click?
on your stat.
Why? When I click on my stat, it goes down by 1. No, that's not the point.
No, that's
Am
not
I
the
in
point.
edit mode or something?
No, you should
Yeah,
click on the name. Click on the name. Are you clicking on the name? Please tell me that you're clicking on the name. Perception.
I'm clicking on the name, and all I've got is a cursor. Ah, bloody hell! Forge and my computer just do not. I'm
It's
going to
not
go
your
back
computer,
to
it's your browser,
perception.
probably.
You should get a little pop-up window if you click on the name.
Yeah, it says like add modifiers and stuff.
Yep.
Which browser are you using, Matt?
Oh, I am actually probably using the wrong browser. I'm using Safari.
No, evil.
Still on
It
WebKit.
doesn't work. Doesn't work. I know that from fact.
If you have Chrome,
Right.
it's very reliable when it comes to.
Yeah, it just uses all the memory in a computer.
Nah,
Bastards.
Firefox is better.
I'm using
Anyway,
Brave,
let's
actually.
get into the game on here.
All right.
Firefox
I will roll
supremacy.
for you so that we can
Thank
move
you.
along while you do things. So it's Yasina. Your perception is 5. I'm going to give you a bonus of 1 from the shuttle zone detection equipment, which gives you 6 dice. And you get 1 success and 2 1s. I'm assuming you're good with the 1 success.
I'm good with it. I'm looking for a spaceship. That suggests I should be able to see it.
Okay, you do indeed detect underneath the vine growth. There is a metallic object of significant size parked near the ziggurat. At the edge of the clearing, you can now see a crashed shuttle lies half buried under a tangle of crimson vines.
I just want to point out, I've done a couple of Coriolis starter adventures, and they both feature fast-growing vegetation. Just saying, there is more to the third horizon and this new horizon than fast-growing vegetation. Okay, right. Anyway,
the blight takes the form of fast-growing vegetation, however, so there's a sort of inbuilt assumption about fast-growing vegetation in the Lost Horizon in defense of fast-growing vegetation.
Okay. So anyway, right. So you pointed. So should we land near that one and investigate that shuttle first? Is my first question to the crew.
Was it crash landed? Or how did it look? Parked and just overgrown?
You did say a wreck or something, didn't you, Thomas?
Yeah, crashed shuttle.
Then
Exactly.
we should check
Have a
it.
look.
Yeah, if they are still inside, who knows?
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
But are we going to be using up our supply over this?
We are here
Probably.
to investigate the fate of the Black Toad.
Yeah.
This is part of our mission.
They wouldn't be very happy if we get back and didn't check the.
Well, I don't
shuttle.
think
We
all
found
of us.
nothing.
I don't think all of us should go out.
I'll go.
Yes,
I'm
you're right. I
involved
think
in-
Iosop should go out on his own, I say to Attila.
No, I don't. I think we should look at it.
I
Just
start
so we can
looking at
say
my
we
book of
checked
poems.
everywhere. Have you got a haiku for this one, Hyosop?
I do
We
not.
should definitely check the captain's log and see what's happening.
Stardate.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree. I agree. We should probably go and check it. Perhaps not all of us, but
right.
I'm willing to go.
So someone
Well, as the
pilots
scout, I
shuttle.
guess I have to go.
So why does this happen in every one of my groups? Okay, so you've talked a lot about what you're going to do. What do you do?
I'm staying in the ship.
Have we landed?
Well, no, because you're still waiting on the ship.
Okay.
What
Well,
are we gonna do?
I'm not the one in charge of the ship. Somebody actually had to put it down on the ground.
It's on
I'm
autopilot.
happy to go if there's a couple
Attila's
other people willing
friggin'
to come
ship
with me.
didn't.
Yeah, I'll go with you.
First of all, Attila, we have to land. And yes, I've
Of
already
course.
said I'm willing to come with you.
All right, sweet. There's a couple of people willing to go with me, so we should go.
Okay, so
Yep.
you land down amongst the vines, the jets from the shuttle burning away this vegetation material, which gives off this oily black smoke that surrounds the vessel as it lands. You've effectively created a landing pad for yourselves through, the action of the jets from the shuttle. Which I imagine kind of works in a VTOL sort of arrangement. So they flip down kind of a la Firefly, our one hark back to Firefly for today. I make no promises, actually. There's at least another.
Got in
I think
early,
there's at
got in
least
early.
3.
There's at least
I
3. I agree.
I said we drink every time there's a Firefly reference.
Okay, awesome.
Oh,
I've only got
we
one
gotta get some
bottle left,
booze.
so
It's 7:00 in the morning, so I might pass on the drinking.
no, don't be ridiculous.
He's got to go to the market.
Yeah, that's right. I've got to go to the market, and there's a big thrift market on which I think my family wants to go and hit up. So probably do that as well.
Market will be more fun when you're pissed.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's go.
Especially
So
the
you land
drive
the
to the
shuttle.
market.
You're surrounded by these orange vines. They writhe. They move around as you burn away the space. You're parked just 10 meters away from the shuttle at this point, as in the crash shuttle. It's an easy trip across the vines. They have grown over the vessel, suggesting very aggressive growth because the vessel does not look like it's been there very long. There's still obvious burn
Well, it would
marks
have
and
been
other
here.
things.
Do we have any idea how long ago it would have been sent out?
You don't have any idea how long it would have been sent out. You have no background as to like the shuttle's origin. Yeah.
But could we estimate that the shortest time? I'm thinking the time it took to the message and then our time to travel should be a couple of months.
Yeah, exactly. So it's at least been here for 3 months.
Yep.
Okay, 12 weeks minimum.
And
basically.
more likely 6 because there's no faster than light travel for communication. Don't forget.
Right.
So
And,
3 months to the great ship city, and then 3 months out is 6 months.
So they're probably starved to death or asphyxiated or something like that.
No, they're dead, but worth checking why it's crashed.
Yep.
Yes, I'm intrigued to know whether it crashed on landing or on takeoff.
All right, let's exit the airlock.
So
Yeah,
Let's go out.
All right.
let's go. Who's coming with?
Who's
Am I
going?
the
I'm
only
coming.
one?
Yep.
Am I
Burloff
literally
is
the
going.
everybody else is leaving?
Yeah,
I'm not
you're the
staying
one
by
behind
my-
in the ship.
Well, I guess I'm manning the ship or personing the ship, as the case may be.
Okay. So everyone else troops out together and starts to move towards the shuttle. Eosop, are you leaving the door open?
Oh, damn no.
Okay. So you guys all move off, and having learnt lessons from Prometheus, you close the door. Don't leave it open so the infected people can come back and attack you in your hold.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, good lesson. Well picked up. Tick. Of course, this means it'll take much longer if you guys have to emergency evacuate to get out because the door will take a while to come down. It's an old ship. It's a bit slow. It's not your, hydraulics going at 100 kilometers per hour kind of thing.
Just latch on to the outside and let's Yosop, start the engines.
Yeah. Start those magnetic boots up now. Chick. All right. So as you move away from the ship, the last thing you see is the Yosop sort of looking at you as the door slowly raises and clangs. You are now surrounded with this orange filtered light because the source of the orange tint to everything is this bank of cloud cover that covers the entire planet. Its origin uncertain, and the sunlight, what there is of it, streams through those clouds and casts an orange glint to everything around you. You're all wearing your delving suit helmets and other things because you don't trust the I'll assume you're going with the we don't trust the air around here model of engagement with foreign environments, at least right now. And before you can see this burnt out, crashed shuttle. It's another grasshopper like your own. So and it's on its side and curved down, like it's actually come in and twisted and land on a sort of 45-degree angle nose front. As you approach it, you can see that the damage is not that extensive and mostly at the front. So something has happened to the ship. You'll have to do some examinations. It's currently closed up, so there's no. Oh, actually, that might not be true.
So can I just take a point of rules here? Should we have spent a point of darkness? Sorry, whatever. Supply. Yeah.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Oh no, sorry, I take that back. Supply. If you're outside the ziggurat and you want to do a whole stack of stuff, it's going to cost you 2 points of supply. Sorry, just read that note.
What's a whole stack of stuff?
It says a shift. So examining the shuttle, setting up base of operations, clearing away vines, like basically a couple of hours of work will cost you 2 points of supply.
And I start looking very clever.
As a mechanic, is there something we could salvage and use as a spare part from this?
Absolutely.
That's easily removed at first.
Model.
Less absolutely.
Yeah, I have my toolkit, so if we get time, we could use some spare parts.
Yeah,
or maybe fuel and stuff.
Yep. All right. So
while
on
they're
the
cracking
side
it open, I'm going to be watching the perimeter.
So you're looking out. They're looking in.
Yes.
As you approach the shuttle, you can see printed on the side of the shuttle's, ventricle array is the word Aramis, which gives you, under normal circumstances, that suggests that it was the Aramis. And yeah, it is not open, so you're going to have to cut into it to get to it, or go to the front and examine the front of the ship.
Is that a clue, Thomas?
No, it's a statement.
Hold on.
It's a statement of fact.
But we could go to the back and examine the back of the ship.
Which you are right now, because you're coming at it from the rear.
Right, okay.
Yeah, we get around it first and check from all angles and see what we can see.
So you clamber over these vines. Are you cutting the vines away, or are you just clambering over them?
Hold on. I've got a bird.
Yeah.
That should be useful for this sort of reconnaissance shit, isn't it?
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, I agree.
Sure.
A bird with opposable thumbs.
A bird with opposable thumbs.
Quite.
Okay, well, make a roll to command said bird.
That will be insight.
It will be, yeah.
I don't have the ability to command birds, the talent.
Oh, well, you've got the Garuda device.
You've got the
Oh,
Garuda
yeah? What does that
device,
give me?
Well, normally it gives you bonuses when it's scanning, but I was more indicating you can communicate with the bird a little bit.
Yeah. That's how I communicate via the bird. But I'm just pressing my insight.
Go for it. Oh, look
Hey.
at that. One success.
Nice.
And they said it couldn't be done in our lifetime. Okay, so you get your bird to fly off your shoulder and wing its way around the shuttle. You see it stop at the front and disappear.
Well, hold on. No, I don't. I think because doesn't. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. I thought the bird had the ability that I could see through her sight, far sight. As the bird scouts ahead, its companion can see what the bird sees up to a distance in zones equal to twice the number of successes rolled.
Okay, well,
Or
you
is
can
that,
stand.
have I got to make a far sight roll?
No. No, that's fine. You can use the insight for that. Tariq, yep. So you can see through the eyes of Tariq. Does that cost energy? Because I think it does.
It costs 1 point of energy, which I take off the bird.
Yep, that's right. Okay.
Now, of course, there we go.
So Tariq
No, I can't.
has reached the front, and there's a cockpit that it's looking through. The big window has been shattered from the crash, and the bird sees a whole bunch of shiny objects on the ground from the shattered glass. You can also see a dead body, quite desiccated now, or quite dead, since it's been sitting here for 6 months, with the vines having sort of grown into the cockpit and now covered most of the cockpit. There's something glinting quite brightly, like a badge or an amulet or something, on the body of the person sitting in the pilot's seat. And the bird is
My
now
bird's got
clambering.
opposable thumbs.
Yeah, the bird is now clambering in to have a look.
Can I get the bird with my Garuda device to pick up the amulet and fetch it to us?
The bird actually kind of does what it wants. The Garuda device lets it come back and tell you things.
Okay.
So
Oh,
it's
indeed, I
not
can see
it's
what
not
doing.
it's
So
not
it's
it's
going
not
off to investigate.
Yeah, it's not a mental
I-
communication device. It actually literally requires it to fly back and tap on keys.
I will relay this to the rest of the party. And I will say that obviously it is quite accessible as my bird is now clambering inside. Forgetting my bird can fly, I have no idea how high this cockpit window is, but I'm telling everybody that it's perfectly easily accessible. I think probably easier than cutting our way through the
brilliant.
airlock or anything.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan to me.
Go.
Are you mentioning the amulet that you found?
No, of course not. Don't be daft.
Oh, okay.
You're a bunch of criminals.
Fair enough.
Long fingers.
And anyway,
The truth hurts.
I've seen it. I can't, we'll find out whether it's still there when we get there. And at some point, maybe I'll tell you about it.
Fair enough.
So
maybe our bird is
So you all start to clamber over the vines. So this was the bit where I asked, do you want to cut the vines away, or do you just want to clamber over them?
I want to use my torch to cut. I'm used to standing on the hull and looking at other people cutting away things. So I think that's how you do it, right?
And I've been very impressed by how we use the ship's engines to burn the vines away from our landing patch.
Yeah.
And given that you've got a torch that does burning things, it strikes me, given my folk memory of what rapidly growing plants can do in this world, that we should be doing burning.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now the way supply consumption works is basically you just deduct, one person deducts the supply use, or two people in the case of 2 points. But it does come from people's actual count of supply. So can I get 2 points of supply deducted as you proceed to spend quite a bit of time cutting away vines, clambering over things? Like it's not a fast process. The vine is reasonably heavy duty, and of course you need to get fuel for the cutting torch. It's not free of charge, and so you're burning
take one.
away all of these things. So just need 2 people to deduct 1 point of supply.
I'll
I
take
take
one
one
as
I've
too.
already
well.
took one.
Oh, no, okay.
All right, so Asmira and Attila take a point of supply each away. And after all of that, you've cut away the vines and you find yourselves over the, sort of at the front of the ship. As I said, the cockpit was shattered. There's a dead body sitting in the seat that's quite desiccated now. And there's the bird sort of ferreting around inside there, picking at various things, touching various things, playing with things. Can I get perception rolls, please, from... Oh, and I'm going to, by the way, by this point, the vision, if you will, the shared vision has faded. So you no longer have a direct mental link. But you did see, actually, Jacina, you saw the bird sort of grab the amulet or the badge and sort of carry it around for a while and then drop it in a corner.
So just
Alright.
perception, yeah?
Yeah.
I have the lookout talent, but that's can I use that for?
This is more looking for things rather than
Right.
necessarily
No
being
threats.
surprised. So
Can I
no.
use my investigator talent?
Yes. Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
That would be highly appropriate.
Okay, I got one success. I pushed and then lost the hope.
Awesome. Okay. So
Ooh.
Who did that?
Verloff.
Nice one, Jed.
This is
Verloff,
my thing.
this is your thing.
I pull out my
Okay,
magnifying glass.
Verloff, it's obvious to you what's happened here.
They have crashed.
Indubitably.
Indubitably, they have crashed. What strikes you immediately is you see the amulet and instantly recognize it. It is the badge of the 4th Directorate of the Navigators Guild. And the 4th Directorate so this suggests that the pilot was on official business because they're wearing their badge quite openly. And the second thing is the 4th Directorate is the intelligence arm of the Navigators Guild. So clandestine operations,
Yeah.
that sort of
Remind
thing.
me, everybody, we knew the Black Toad were involved in this previous mission?
Yes.
Yep.
Do we know that they came in this ship? Or
No.
was the Navigators Guild a second ship that was here following or in advance of the Toad?
You know the Black Toad would explicitly not be using the 4th Directorate's equipment. Because you know how you don't get on with the Navigators Guild? This is the bit of the Navigators Guild the Black Toad explicitly don't get on with. This is the bit of the Navigators Guild that is in effect in an intersign war, as far as you're aware, with the Black Toad. These are literally the police force of the Navigators Guild.
So this vessel maybe was shot down by our erstwhile colleagues, your erstwhile colleagues. I'm not part of the Black Toad, obviously, although we Coriolites probably secretly lead the Black Toad. Just saying.
Just saying.
Do I have communication with everybody?
I don't know.
You
Do you
should
have a suit?
I have a
with
comm link. Yeah.
Comm
It's
link?
bulky comm.
And I would have opened communication to you because obviously,
Yeah.
as an archivist, when I'm asking about shit like this,
So I say, hey, was that ship shut down? Is there any evidence of burns or that?
Verloff, you're more familiar with weapons like this than I am.
Do I need to check the front of the ship?
You need to check the back of the ship because the damage that caused the crash is at the rear of the ship. The front is where it is the result of the crash.
I'll go do that.
All right. With 3 successes, don't roll again. We'll just grant you the necessary information. It actually doesn't look like the ship was shot down. It looks like one of the engines exploded.
Sabotage.
As in during liftoff.
Attila?
Oh. So
what have you been doing? You've been here before, haven't you?
Not me this time.
This time. Attila,
So
can you tell if there was an intentional explosion in that engine?
That is something you can do.
Yeah, we let's have a little.
You pull out your Explosives for Dummies guidebook.
Yep. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing.
If it is sabotage, I hope you're very critical.
Can I get my demolitions expert or streetwise talent added to this?
Whatever Thomas says. Demolitions expert.
We'll apply that to. I am
reflecting that the sparsity of Dice Bank's GMs and perhaps me specifically feel far more generous to an expansive reading of talent.
I'm assuming perception or logic. It doesn't matter which one I roll.
Yeah. So if it doesn't matter, just pick one and roll.
I got nada.
Now, you do also have a Smearer here who is a sort of repair engineering person who could also examine the engines for the cause of damage. I will just make that point.
I could push.
Or you could push and burn more hope before you go down into the actual delve. No judgment, just saying.
I'll take a check.
Yeah, you'll recover that. We'll have a chance to recover the hope. Go on, push it.
I've already taken one.
That's the evil on your shoulder. Don't listen to that Coriolite.
Darkness for the icons.
There we go.
Something.
Okay. So, Smearer. It looks. So you have a pretty good look at the engine. It definitively, the explosive force that destroyed the engine came from the engine itself, so it definitely blew out. And it looks rather like the engine itself malfunctioned. So it doesn't look like an explosive was adhered to the side of the engine block and it blew up. It doesn't look like an explosive was placed inside it. The damage actually comes from the jet nacelle itself.
You think the vines grew into
sabotage.
That's a very astute question, Verloff.
I've been watching these vines when I'm not. When we're outside, I was watching the vines with much suspicion.
They sort of move and grow. You get the impression they grow very fast, and they definitely move. So
like the engines were clogged.
Yep, could be. Definitely.
As they're kind of discussing all this stuff, I start looking out the front window, the cockpit window of Attila's Circus to see if around our ship that anything is kind of starting to grow around it or anything along those lines.
Not in the... Well, look, they've been at this for a good solid hour or two now, like sticking around with the ship, cutting things away, jumping inside it, exploring it. Make a logic roll for me, please, as you sort of go, "Ooh, that's a question. Have the vines gotten closer? Are they moving?"
Thomas, does Isiop have an artist's eye that he can put on this one, or even sketch the
He did not declare an intention to sketching early enough
Okay.
in the thing.
Or compose an ode.
No, I'm not
Ode
composing it out.
to a Grecian urn. Still my least favorite
Nah.
part of English when I was in year 11. Okay.
Right, haiku.
Hold on. I'm getting there. For some reason, after I popped it out, I couldn't roll it. Why can't I roll it?
Don't pop it out. Don't pop
What?
out the roll thing. It loses connection with the sheet. I have been here many times.
Well, where do I bloody well roll it? Do I just click on?
What do you mean? You pop
I'm
on
trying
the...
to click on my attribute, and it's
You have
I
to
get
scroll
it.
down.
Okay, so you popped out the character sheet,
yeah.
and then yep.
I
So the
popped, and
pop
now
out-
it's
so
back
the actual
in.
roll window is in Foundry, not in the character sheet window.
Yeah.
I'm completely and totally confused. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine. I'm going to roll for you, and then you'll need to sort it out. Okay, logic roll. One
Thank you.
success. Yes is the answer to your question. The vines are definitively moving around.
I had it. Sorry, the gear was clicked, and so that's why.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. The answer to your question was yes. The vines are writhing and moving and definitively getting closer to the ship.
And I tell everybody that.
Yeah. Can you estimate about how fast they get closer?
Well, if I've noticed it now, Ashmira, and it's only been an hour or so, this is moving pretty quickly.
I mean, you've burnt out a pretty decent area around the ship, right? So
Yeah.
it's probably going to take, I don't know, several hours, like 7-8 hours
Yeah,
to sort
yeah.
of get close back to the ship. But yep, definitely will.
Okay. I
So
think the main thing here is when it's time for us to leave to fully check the engine before we turn it on. I'm sure we'll have plenty of
Definitely.
time.
yeah.
It's not like you're
Yeah,
going to
won't
be
be a
running
rush
out
at
of
all.
the
time. It won't be
ziggurat.
changed out at all.
That's
Okay.
right. It's not like you're going to be running out of the ziggurat in a desperate race for survival and jumping into the ship in the last moment, screaming, "Shut the
Not at all,
door!
mate.
Shut the fucking door!"
But we're not leaving
That's
the
not going to happen.
Not at all.
we're not leaving the door
That only
open.
happens
Let's
in
put it that way.
movies.
Yeah.
Exactly. Of which you watch a lot because you've never actually done this for real. So, all right. So you explore the ship a bit more, but that's pretty much all you can get from the ship to sort of short circuit it. Now, Samira, you wanted to know whether you could steal some equipment / supplies from the ship. Can I get
Salvage.
a salvage? Can I get a I think it'll be
Legitimate salvage.
agility roll plus your heavy equipment bonus as
Right.
you pull apart the ship and sort of go, "Ooh, I can remember, it's that part that keeps on falling off our ship. We could carry one with us when we leave." That sort of thing.
Ooh, catalyzers.
Ooh.
Okay. You find some components. There's probably another 4 points of supply, effectively.
I put that on my character.
And you can also claim 500 rook in sort of equipment
Parts.
/ gear parts.
Yeah, I'll write that up on my sheet, but everyone can use it, of course. And if information about what they were doing here or something like that?
That will require a different type of roll. So that'll be a logic roll. If someone has a computer or computer equipment, I never remember what it's the explicit equipment names, but say at a calculus board as an example.
I should have an onboard computer that I can kind of
Yeah, but you'd
At
have to
least-
actually land next to the ship and go and run cables and other things. Like
no,
the ship isn't working, so
Yeah,
you know, it's not
no.
powered.
no, not that interested.
Okay. All right. So you've searched the ship. The pilot's body is pretty unidentifiable at this point. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to apply that. I just don't think you guys seeing a dead body is going to cause you great deals of despair. I think you're all going to go, dead body.
Not us.
No, it suggests applying 2 points of just getting people to suffer a 2-point despair experience, but I actually feel like that's just a little bit too much really for what is basically just a dead body in a spacesuit. If you've grown up in space in a community on the edge, which you have, this is not your first rodeo.
Selling drugs to addicts as well.
Yeah,
Pretty sure.
and
It's
pretty
not
sure
like
that you
an-
people are not good.
Yeah, it's not like an alien has popped out of its stomach or anything.
Yet.
Okay.
Many of us work for the Black Toad. I can't imagine we're like, oh,
Except
tried
for me,
to get
where
some
I would be
information with
the one who would have to roll.
and that's why you stayed on the ship.
That's why I stayed on the ship. Exactly.
Okay,
And I
so-
might, I'm not a black toad. I might have, but I saw it first through the eyes of a bird. Somebody sure I'm immune.
If
So-
no one else give it a go, I'll check the logs and stuff. But just I'm not very
Okay.
good at it. So
Yeah.
Make
What would it be
make
to
a
look?
logic roll, please?
Oh, well
nice.
done.
Oh, wow.
As it turns out, Asmiri, you vastly underestimate your skills as a computer technician. I've seen
humble.
one of these before. It's just when I did that job for the 4th Directorate before. Anyway, moving on.
I wonder if they used the old password.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. I wonder if they're still using their old password. So you have to boot up the engine. You have to supply power into the ship to get the computer to run. You run cabling in from some batteries that you carry around and get the computer to pop up. There's not a lot of information. You got 1 success, so there's not a lot of information. However,
I got 2 successes.
the ship was carrying what you do. Oh, 2 successes. Oh, that's right. That's right. Yes. Sorry. Every time I look at the way it calculates success, I get confused.
It's confusing.
So there were at least 2 crew on this vessel. Specifically, there is the other name. What's the name? What's his name? Sirut. 4th Directorate Envoy Sirut. And the pilot, whose name is not known to me, but we will call Nadir. No, that's a terrible name. Naveen.
No one would name their kid the Nadir.
Exactly. It's a terrible idea. Naveen was the name of the pilot. Both were members in good standing of the Navigators Guild. The ship was not armed, and it looks to you, possibly the most important thing you realize is it looks to you like this was effectively an autopilot landing, so the ship kind of knew, so they knew how to get here. Like they had a flight path booked in, they knew how to navigate the atmosphere. It was already, which suggests multiple trips had been made at some point. or they weren't dropping in unannounced, at least. Yeah.
Is there any way we can swipe the data?
You can pull the core.
Oh, okay.
As in, you can pull the computer core out, the memory drive, and take it with you.
Because that might be valuable to sell to the Black Toad.
Okay. Yep.
I do that.
All right. So you pull the core, and we'll put that on your shuttle. All right. It's value to be defined once you try and sell it to someone. Okay. Now, your flyover of the ziggurat indicated there was a large entrance, hole going from the top of the ziggurat down. You can also see from where you're standing, there is so this ziggurat's got these, as you can see, these sort of giant steps. It's not, it's kind of similar to a Mesoamerican sort of pyramid with the stairs going up, but the big layers. Or the original pyramid at Giza, the very first pyramid, is also a step pyramid. As a small side note, on the second layer, you can see there's also an entrance built into the ziggurat. So there are two potential points of entry into the ziggurat itself.
Which one are we going, Captain?
Oh, what? So there's two entrances.
Yeah.
The big
Are
one?
they on sort of the same level, or there's
No,
one
so
higher
one's
up?
from the top, one's from the top down. So literally go to the top of the ziggurat and drop straight down the shaft. One is on the side. Just see if this works. Yep. So at that level right there. So there's one at the top, and there's one effectively in the middle as a side entrance.
Tier 2.
Is there
Attila,
some?
Attila, can you hear me? Are you going into that thing?
We are.
All right. Well, I'm gonna put on the rest of my suit. I'm gonna come out. Okay. So let me shut the door behind me. All right. And I'll catch up.
Is some entrance less overgrown with vines than the others?
The one on the side is pretty heavily overgrown with vines. The one on the roof, the vines grow all over the building. Yeah, there's probably less. There's definitively less at the top. But you would then have to get you would have to clamber all the way to the top to make use of it.
Yeah.
I reckon we go in from the side, because then it's probably easier to get out if we need to, because then we know the way we're going.
I've already cleared the vines, which hopefully are still cleared by the time it's time to leave.
Yeah. Let's go in from the side, because at least then we've got a way we know we can get out. Because if we go in through the shaft in the top, it's just, we're going to struggle to find a way out.
Easy to get in, but harder to get out.
Yeah.
All right.
We start clearing the vines.
Okay.
We have to climb up, maybe.
Yep, you have to climb up. That's fine. We won't make a roll. It seems like a silly thing to waste time on. But so you get there, you're cutting away the vines. Now, Scout, I believe you need to make. I assume you're also getting out all of the sensory equipment that lets you do a deep scan on the ziggurat, so you can prepare for your travel in, and that's separate to getting the Garuda device and getting the bird to do a blight scan, to be clear. So these are two separate activities. So while everyone else is cutting away, can I get a deep scan roll, which is a logic roll, and you may apply the bonus from a scanner if you have one equipped.
Me, this is.
Yes.
I do not have a scanner.
Okay, let me just check whether you're meant to have a scanner. Let's see. Scout, deep scanner. Yep, you've got a scanner. Good news. They give you one. They give you one when you first get out of the. When you first.
So what's this called?
It's a deep scanner. It's called a deep scanner. And most important question is, how much does it weigh? I'm glad you asked. Deep scanner.
0.5, I think.
No, weight 1. But it does give you 3 bonus dice.
Ooh.
So I'm imagining it's literally you setting up a bunch of sensors that you're pointing sort of at the ziggurat and a little bit of a little, sort of screen. And you have to set it all up and get it all working. And it weighs 1. So you've got it in this large pack that you unpack and then empty out.
Right. So I have that deep scanner. Give me a moment. Let me just equip it. There we go. And
so just roll logic and add 3 bonus die.
I'm now rolling logic.
Add 3 gear die, sorry. 3 gear die.
Add 3 gear dice. 1, 2, 3.
And you don't have any talent. Oh, doesn't matter.
I don't have any talent, no.
No, but the gear does.
Success, though.
Okay, the good news is you only need 1 success. All right. So, people, you get a scan map. I'm just going to make sure. Yep.
And does that cost me any energy or supply or anything?
It costs 1 point of supply.
Okay, so I'm assuming we're entering where my cursor is here.
No.
7.
Oh, yes. Sorry,
No?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, no, sorry. I saw a cursor on the other side and I thought, anyway. So, first
am I
thing
seeing
you
anything
realize,
on this map? Because I'm seeing a blank sheet.
Oh, on the scan map.
I'm just seeing a blank.
You should be there.
Nothing.
It may take a second to land. It may still be loading.
Does he have access? I see it. And I see that everybody's
everyone's
on
on
the
it.
scan map. Yep.
Everyone's on it.
Yeah.
I think it's a Matt only problem by the sounds of it.
As usual.
Yep.
Are you still on?
It's probably perfectly visible in Safari, but not in Chrome.
Yeah. I mean,
Just
I'm in Chrome on a Mac and I see it.
Huh.
Just reload it.
All right, so a couple of really key points. 1, and possibly the most important point to make, there is a 3rd entrance.
Interesting.
So you can see that there is a 3rd entrance. As you noted, you are sitting over here. There is, so all of that hashing that you see at the bottom half of the map, that is indicative of heavy blight infestation.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Which is why it becomes much more fuzzy. Yeah.
Sorry, we've got
More
blight in
drugs
the
to make.
basement. It looks expensive.
More blight to get and more drugs to make.
Well, if I've learned anything from Prometheus, now that we've scanned the ruin, we can take off our helmets.
Exactly.
Completely
safe.
Yeah, 100% safe to do that. I'm not going to do that.
Very wise. I endorse you. Okay, the other thing you can do is unleash the bird.
Unleash the bird!
Unleash
Which I
the
will
bird.
do with a mission in mind.
Go explore the blight stuff.
Can you see Matt
Well, do I
now?
want to
Maybe suppress it.
Unleash the chicken.
Do I want him to
Isn't
go
it
and
like
scout again?
So it's the insight roll now. Does the Garuda device give you a bonus? Is the question.
Not that I can see, no, but it might do.
I will check. Just double check I'm just
It
checking
doesn't
that.
seem to have a bonus stat.
It's quite likely it doesn't. Since it just lets you. No, it doesn't. It just lets you communicate with the bird.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're just rolling insight. No.
Fucking dice just hopped along on that bloody one that did. Didn't roll.
I do like the way that the perception of the virtual interface is considered to be the definition of how the dice actually work in the background. I reflect on the human brain and its consideration. All right, so you can't. The bird flies back and goes, eh. Didn't find anything.
Good girl. Good boy. I don't know.
All right, so the way it works is it can scan up to 4 zones, and a zone is one of those squares.
Yep.
So you guys are here. So the bird is basically saying 1, 2, 3, 4. So roughly there and there. There's been no blight detected.
We're good. Shall I go in advance anyway, though, because I'm kind of robust to blight. I'm heading off.
Okay.
Thomas,
Okay.
you are every
I
good
follow.
talks and don't turn action. I'm following the bird.
Yeah, let's go.
Going in.
Let's just go.
Going
Yep.
in. I just want to read one quick thing. 1, 2.
Verloff is the guard.
Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. So the way delving works is so it works just like it does. Well, sorry, it works very similar to the way the One Ring and earlier Forbidden Lands exploration works. So when you decide to travel in, your delver makes an agility roll.
Right.
Modified with any equipment and or talents that are relevant to the job at hand.
Yes, I have Ruin Delvers. I guess that gets 1.
Yep, that does give you 1.
I'm not sure if Lookout gives me something.
No. It'll give you something against what might happen to you should something terrible happen to you.
Yep. And
And
climbing
each
gear.
success moves you 1 along. All right, so I'm going to try something. If this doesn't work, I apologize, and no successes.
There is no something.
I know.
Okay.
I'm just gonna.
Oh.
I do my best.
Okay.
This is cool.
I realize now that I should have set this up slightly differently, but for the sake of today, let's not worry about my inadequacies. Okay, so you got 1 success, 0 successes, which literally means you move. So you start to move into the tunnel, which you can see. Hopefully, you can all see the start of the tunnel now. It's not all black.
Yes.
Yep. Going up. I'll just see what you guys can see. Yep. Okay. Awesome. Now I need to escape out of that because I don't want to be constrained by your little token's vision. So you all sort of move forward, literally 1, 2 squares. So if you can just move yourselves so I don't do it. And you lose a point of supply.
All of us.
All of you. Yeah, just move yourselves if you can. 2 forward. 2. That's not forward. That's up. Sorry. Can you move yourselves to the right? There you go. Sorry.
Down here.
Yep, that's it. Just do that. Perfect. Yep. Moving right. That's awesome. If you can't move your token, please tell me. Nope, you can all move your token. Awesome. Good. Okay, so you have sort of scrambled in and the tunnel is really tight and narrow. It tightens and narrows really quickly. You actually find yourselves all having to sort of crouched down a little bit. You're dragging. I'm imagining you've all sort of got little carry cart type arrangements that you're dragging along, which are packed full of supplies. So you're sort of manhandling this stuff over the area. You can see now, you hear crunching sounds as you pull the carts forward, and when you look down, you can see this kind of chitinous, skeletal sort of remains of small creatures, arthropods and other such things, underneath the wheels, crunching. There's a sort of very faint orange glow to the whole space, which is coming from this phosphorescent vine growth that's going over the tunnel system that we talked about earlier. You can hear in the distance a sort of drip, drip, drip sound of water, and it's very warm in here. So actually, as you enter the ziggurat proper, the warmth goes up quite significantly, and you are now all starting to feel very hot and bothered. Can I ask, first of all, someone has to surrender a piece of supply for me, please.
I'll do that.
I've
Okay.
done that too.
No, only one of you needs to do it. Only one.
All right.
So one person per. So you use, so for general delving, you just use 1 point of supply per stretch, and that just needs to come off one person for the whole group. The only reason, sort of just to explain, since we're doing as we go, so just to reiterate, the reason you do that is when a single individual's supply drops below 3, they start to take consequences for that. So important side note, you want to make sure that you are distributing the supply consumption around the group as much as possible. Or if you really want to just do someone in who you hate, pile it all on them and make them pay the price.
Who has the lowest supply?
I have
so pile it all on me, lads.
Stop. He's got most, I think.
I have 15. Is anybody down to 10 yet?
No.
Okay, so that's good.
So just by way of admission, what I should have done is create a single token which you could all see, and then
Which should be the group token, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I might just try. Actually, hold on. Let me just try something. If I drop that token, can you all see
Yeah.
that token?
Yeah.
Can we all move it though? That's the question.
Yeah, I can move. I'm happy to move.
Yeah,
it's just
I
one.
can't pick it up.
Okay,
No,
I'm
that's
going to
fine.
delete you all. Sorry. And I'm going to.
Been deleted. delete.
I'm gone. I'm dead.
And there you are.
Cancelled.
So now you can all. That works better. Hey, innovation as we go. There we go. All right. So you are standing there. I almost never use the actual map tools within Foundry because it's not the way I like to play, but it did seem appropriate for a delve that this is how you set it up. So for those playing along, you might want to do it this way in future.
And a good lesson to GMs to make sure that the party doesn't split up.
It does allow for rules for splitting, but yeah.
You don't have two tokens yet.
Let's. Oh well, I could just drag you guys back onto the thing, and then you're off and running. All right. So you've made it through the first one. Can I get another? I'm not going to make an encounter at this point. Can I get one more delve roll, please, from the delver?
This delver sucks.
Okay, it's hot and heavy. It's hot and heavy going. You haven't encountered any heavy blight yet, though. So the good news is you haven't experienced any blight at all. There's just that faintly phosphorescent vine growth. One thing, can I get you all to make perception rolls, though?
I guess you can.
And no lookout bonus.
No, I'd actually accept a lookout bonus in this case, yeah.
I got a success.
I think
I
everyone's
also
getting...
want to warn you, I can't be surprised. Just in case you were thinking of surprising us.
It's
from
good
thing.
news to know.
I got a success.
Okay, I think that's the
I
only
did
person
not.
who didn't is Eosop, who's
Yeah.
like,
Away with the
whatever.
fairies as usual.
away
I'm
with the fairies.
going-
Okay,
Now, figuring out what poem he's going to write.
so one thing you realize is the vines are not just growing into the tunnels, they seem to be growing out of the tunnels. So there's vine growth heading in both directions, not just in one.
Not alarming at all.
I
No,
wander
it's not.
lonely as a cloud.
No, Jed, I think it's quite alarming, actually.
That isn't. Don't be. Nah.
It's called
Plug it out.
sarcasm. Something I'm trying out.
Thug it out
Okay.
like a real man.
Yes.
As you are now starting to enter the ziggurat proper, you all who's let's say it is who will it be? Let's roll a d6 and determine who it is. It's Eosop who's paying no attention. Kind of tracks.
Of course it is.
Of course it is. Eosop, could you make a strength roll for me, please?
Well,
Ooh.
Ah, okay. All right. So as you're crawling through, where are you, Eosop? Are you at the back of the group, sort of?
the last I remember, Ashmira was taking up the back, and I was fourth.
Okay, so you're second to last.
Yes.
You're sort of dragging once again, sort of pulling your cart along, crouched down, not paying any attention. Everyone else is looking around, musing on the vines. You're very distracted. You've got sweat now starting to pool into your eyes, and it's all. And of course, there's nothing you can do. You can't wipe it. You got the mask on.
My hair's dripping down.
Yeah, you step on some sort of pod or seed pod or something that's attached to the vines just in the moment. You're not paying any attention. And there's this hissing sound as the pod releases all of this heat. So there's this like steam and other things from the pod, and it sort of swirls around and all around your suit, and you suddenly feel even hotter than you were just moments ago. The sweat pools even more intensely, but you shake your hair, it springs into its natural form, creating a beautiful aeration buffer that lets the liquid wick away from your face, and you are not you do not suffer the exhaustion that many others would have suffered in this moment if they didn't have your natural heat release mechanism. You are, which one is it? Not the Stegosaurus. Oh no, it is the Stegosaurus. Is it the Stegosaurus, the one with the big
regulation?
The big thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I know the thing in Jurassic Park goes.
No, that's the one that wants to poison you. There's a whole stack of dinosaurs that had
Oh.
heat management software built into their bodies, as it turns out. All right, so you're surrounded by the mist, and you also realize these pods are everywhere at this point, and you all sort of go, okay, don't step on the pods, which also slows you down. Okay, now, did you use another point of supply when you did that second roll?
I did.
You did? Okay, all right, awesome. Well, once again, it's over to you, Delve Leader. This time, I feel like success is upon you. I can feel it. I don't know about the rest of you.
Yeah, the vibe is he's going to succeed this time.
Look at
No, you're not.
those ones.
Ooh.
We might need to get a new Delver, Captain.
Yeah, Smira
Possibly.
is into
Okay.
tears.
All right.
Someone else can use one.
You've made it to the crossroads.
Oh,
There's the shaft going down. Now, you don't really know where you want to be, but I will just make the point, if you're looking to get to the bottom of the ziggurat, it will actually be slightly faster if you take the downward shaft as it is at an angle. And, classic geometry tells us one thing. Angles are good.
let's go down.
If you go straight across, obviously, different story.
Is it worth
I'm
sending the
saying-
bird down the hole?
If the goodies have taught me
definitely-
anything, is that this hole is basically a perfect water slide.
As I recall, the map didn't indicate any blight until after this spot. So I think that
Didn't
we're good.
indicate any heavy blight.
Any heavy blight.
To
will
be
push
fully
this
correct, the way it works is that okay.
No, it's just crap, isn't it, Matt?
Shit game, this.
All right,
Then
so
we have
Yeah.
skills, we'll be rolling
that-
loads more dice.
that has
Exactly.
consequences, as I recall. That was for your bird?
Yeah.
That
was for
my
your bird.
control, yeah.
Okay. You send your bird arrowing down the thing, and you're using. Are you using your? Well, sorry. So, what were you doing when you were sending the bird? Are you using Farsight? Are you just getting it to scan for blight?
Yeah, I was going to be using Farsight, but I didn't get anywhere.
Okay.
I've lost a point of energy now, huh?
It has.
I'm not able to change energy on here, but I'm now down to 1 point of energy for the bird.
Okay. All right. Let me deal with that for you. Bird, energy. Oh. Okay. You send the bird down, and the bird flies into a large open area. You're looking through its eyes. There are large amounts of these chitinous skeletons and sort of exoskeletons lying around. As the bird enters the space, it looks to one side and sees something move fast and almost impossibly quick. The bird is struck out of the air, and that's the last thing you see.
Shit.
Let's go straight on.
Well, no, we kind of need our bird.
Well, we have to go. Let's go
Wow,
down because we need the bird.
Yasina's like, I've got a deep spiritual connection with this bird, and I think we should just fuck it off and move on.
Typical Coriolite. Typical Coriolite.
It's what the icons know.
Yeah, the
right.
icons the icons determined.
All right, so guys, what do you want to do?
Chase
We
after
need to
the
go
bird.
get our bird.
We need our
bird's
bird.
our bird's very important.
Are you ready?
Let's go down.
Come on,
I'll go first.
Esmira. Maybe you need to move to the front of the group instead of being in the back.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'll go first.
I'm not doing any good. Anyway. Oh, I can make a
I
delve
will
roll.
go down because I can't be taken by surprise.
You don't
so
need
it's
to
not
make a
gonna
delve roll to
whack
move
me.
into. No, you don't need to make a delve roll to get into that space. That's fine. You guys are just going to be traveling down there. It's still cramped though. And who was going first in through the
I said
cramped
I
tunnel?
would. My bird, and also I won't be caught by surprise like the bird was.
I'll be right behind Jasnine.
Yeah, Verlof should be near the front, definitely.
Yep.
I'll be behind Verlof.
I am
Smira is
pulling my
no
pistol
fighter.
out, though, obviously.
All right. So just to make this combat easy, I'm just going to put your
Who has combat?
Just going to put your markers back on the sheet over here so that we can do the whole combat-y thing. So you got, and then I need my little,
down the slide.
There we are. Okay, so a couple of things for your awareness. 1, 2,
Oh,
3,
don't say 3. Don't say 3. No.
4.
No, I said don't say 3 or 4.
Okay,
Unless
so
proceeding to 5.
there are 4 of these things. They are approximately 1 meter to 1.5 meters long. When they rise up, they're probably actually closer to 2 meters long, but when they rise up, they're kind of centroid in shape. So the front half of the body lifts up and the back half stays flat. They get to about 1 meter to 1.5 meters tall. There are 4 of them. They're chitinous. You sort of drop down the shaft into the room, and effectively they have grabbed your bird and sort of cocooned it, for want of better language, for later deliciousness. Your bird is not dead, but it has had better days. And you also note, see the hexagon 1 symbol that you can see there? That represents the fact this is a 1 blight zone. So at the end of this fight, we will need to make a blight resistance check to see whether you take any blight damage.
Okay.
The 4 creatures spring at you immediately. Now, because you are unsurprisable and you sent the bird out and it got taken out, we won't worry about perception and initiative and those sorts of things. Perception. We will worry about initiative. We just won't be worrying about perception. So I've just realized one weird side effect of putting lights on your sheets is that oddly it washes out your tokens.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can correct
That's
that. There's internal lighting.
Oh, okay.
It's
Oh,
under lighting.
anyway.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, I'm not gonna fix it now.
No. you have to
because
do
that
it for
seems
each
silly.
person, I think. I'm not sure.
Okay, I'm just gonna do everyone's initiative.
Okay.
Pete and I have to roll off.
I'll just let you choose.
Pete, you go first. You're in front of me.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So, the first thing that happens though is one of the creatures springs at you as you drop out. So who was first again? Who said they were going first?
I was first.
Yasina. Awesome. That is Asmira. That's Yasina. It will roll a d6 to see what it does. All right, I need to roll. Sorry, I need to flip across and roll 4. Okay, leaping strike. The blood strider leaps from up to medium range, crashing into its prey with immense force. Hooray! All right. As you drop out, it springs at you in exactly the same way that it attacked the bird just minutes earlier, and tries to smash you to the ground. It's going to roll 9 dice of attack. And see what happens. Ooh, okay, that's 3 successes. Which gives it 4 points of damage.
Ooh.
And if you are hit, you are knocked prone. So I think we're going to say yes to both of those statements. Do you want to roll the armor value of your delving suit, please, to reduce the damage?
Yes, I do want to roll that.
You may also choose to make a reaction and attempt to block, of course.
No, I think I'll roll with it, as it were.
Okay.
How do I roll armor?
Hopefully it's on your front sheet, I think, isn't it? Oh, maybe it isn't.
It's
And gear.
Go to your character sheet.
overview. Yeah, there. Just hover over your
Oh, yeah.
armor. There's a roll that shows up.
Yeah, if it's equipped, it's in the roll, and I think you choose whether it's
You hover over it, and then the roll is the first
Yes.
circle that appears.
Yeah.
Yeah, so delving suit should appear on your front matter of your sheet. You click on the roll icon when it hovers up, and you get to choose whether you're resisting damage or blight. And in this case, you are resisting damage.
Light delving suit. Where am I trying to get the?
If you go into
on the
overview
tab,
There, gotcha.
hover, select.
Damage.
Niet, you take 4 points of damage.
Ooh.
The good news is that is short of a crit.
Just.
Okay. So the first thing that happens is Yasina drops through the hole, and you all hear a "ah" noise.
I did offer to go first.
And nothing happens. Sorry about that. I was just playing with something and I had to finish that roll. My apologies. Okay. So that was that action. I need to get up. Okay. Eosop. For reasons not quite clear to me, you were next. Actually, that kind of makes sense in a sense that you all now drop out. You all drop out behind Yasina, who's been knocked over. The creatures weren't expecting 4 of you, or 5 of you in this case. You all sort of drop out. So there's one of these creatures on top of Yasina, trying to punch through the suit and doing a pretty damn fine job of it, if I do say so myself. Eosop, you're next. What would you like to do?
I am going to.
There's 3 of these other things, obviously.
All right, so I am going to attack with my pistol. Yep. And I do have a talent, Analyze, which I'm going to invoke. You or another explorer in the same zone get +2 base dice for 1 attack for a specific enemy. And I have a specific enemy, and so I'm going to add 2 dice. They're base dice, not they are base dice.
Yep.
And so I add the 2 and I roll. Pew pew.
Now don't forget.
Don't forget what? Don't forget how sucky I am? I did get a success. What was I not to forget?
That's all right. You did it. I was just. Oh, am I the only one who can hear my voice?
No, I can
No,
hear.
I can hear you.
No, we.
I could hear an echo, but it stopped now. I don't know why. All right. Okay. You cause 2 points of damage, or you can push the roll.
Oh no.
Okay.
2 points of damage.
Oh, no. All right. It gets 2 dice of armor. Actually, do I have just armor? No, there's no way to roll armor. Okay. All right. So I'm just rolling 2 dice. Nope. So it takes 2 points of damage, and it has 1, 2, 3. All right. Okay. Yep. Got it. So first one, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Right. That was your shot, Eosop. Next off the cab off the rank is
me.
Attila. Go for it, Attila.
Right. I am going to smack the thing that is attacking Yasina with my pickaxe, I think.
Sounds completely logical to me. So that requires no modifiers for shooting into combat because you're just using hand-to-hand. So just swing thy pickaxe aggressively in its general direction, please. Okay, no.
Nope.
Right. Did I roll any ones on that? Yes, I did, but sod it.
Okay, push away.
Oh, and roll the dice.
Bugger.
Fuck.
At least it's only
Worth a try.
one that you took. 2.
Yeah, it's only one. Nothing
Okay.
ventured, nothing gained.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Correct. Just checking one thing. So next is actually you, Verloff.
Okay.
Full auto.
Come on, Mr. Combat Man.
Yeah.
Let me just check those rules for 1 second, as I feel it is likely they are likely to be used any second now.
Page 64.
Yeah. Okay, counts as a normal attack, but if you hit, you may immediately make another attack against the same target or a different one. You may make a third attack. So you can make up to 3
Full
attacks.
auto.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I assume
Okay.
you are doing full auto with your coiler carbine.
Yes. And I get a +1 for my sharpshooter talent. And then
Yep.
flank. So flank is +3, but only on one single attack.
Yep.
Is that
You could throw it into the first attack and go for the broke, because it gives you a better chance of getting a second.
Okay, I'll do that. So that's 3 base dice?
Yeah, that adds 3 additional dice, yep.
Okay.
So
And
that's
I
4
don't
dice.
have a
in
gear
total.
or anything. I don't get anything. A gear or anything.
The weapon should be giving you a bonus of 2 if you're rolling from the weapon.
Yes, I see it. It's all there. Okay.
You are going to have a lot of dice.
Oh
Yes.
my.
Oh,
And
yeah.
3
Love
successes. So the damage, what's the crit threshold of the weapon?
Crit
It's
threshold
4.
is a 4.
And you did damage 5. So yes, that would be a crit. Can you make a
Just to ask a question, because this is a little bit different.
no
The
armor?
crit threshold is on the damage, not on the number of successes, right?
Correct.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, that's my understanding. Now you've made me doubt it. I'm going to go back and reread it, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works in these rules.
Yeah, I think you have the critical threshold and damage in the chat window.
Yeah, I do. It's the question Matt just asked about the definition of the crit threshold. Is it the amount of damage that you do that triggers the crit threshold, or do you need that many successes? And I'm almost certain, he says, that it is the zones, blah, 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 blah. I need the close combat. I need the combat damage. Additional damage. Critical injuries. If you suffer damage in a single instance after any reductions equal to or higher than the crit threshold of the weapon, you take a crit.
Gotcha.
So yes. Can you make a D66 roll, please, Verloff, to see what horrible thing you do to this creature? Noting it's a creature, so it's a bit tricky.
60.
52, I assume that is. Is it 52? It is 52. All right, I'm just going to rule it out. So you blow it apart for the
Yay.
sake of this conversation.
Nice.
So that one right there, she did. Yeah.
Nice.
So I try to strafe across to another one
Yep.
as I'm just blasting.
Go for it.
Okay, so this one I just get a single +1.
You don't. Yeah, you don't get the flank bonus.
No.
That is correct. You do get a success though, which means, of course, you will get to do another attack if you wish to.
Okay.
You gonna push it?
It's taken damage, but it is not down.
I can push it because I haven't rolled any ones.
Yeah.
You have rolled A1.
Oh,
What's
yes,
that?
he did. It's up top on on the
it's on
coiler.
top. There it is.
Yeah, it's on top.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well spotted.
Either way, do you want to roll another attack? Do you want to push? Do you want to stop?
I'm
assuming no to the third question at least.
Nope, I guess I'll do another attack on the same one because I guess it's not down, right?
Yep, that is correct. It is definitively not down.
Okay. So, boop.
And you cause
There you go.
2 successes.
That's a crit.
2 points of damage. And you would, 4 points of damage. And
Is that a crit?
Well,
it is a crit,
threshold is
but it
4.
may not be relevant because it exceeds its
Okay.
hit points. It's exceeded its hit points. All right, so you drop down. One springs at Yasina, knocks them over. Yosop sort of pulls out the fusillade pistol, blazes away sort of into the darkness, not landing any blows. Attila races over, swings the pickaxe at the one that is attacking Yasina, swings wildly, misses. Then Verloff just drops down onto the ground, crouches neatly, puts the coiler carbine to their shoulder, and just neatly bisects 2 of the 3 creatures that are still sort of running around, splattering bits of orange-green blood everywhere and shattered carapace as they fly apart. The one that's attacking Yasina is still on top of Yasina, and there is one more left.
Hold on, I thought the one that was attacking me was the one that
I hit.
Jed was
We got the pickaxe.
Yeah, Attila missed.
No, but
I missed.
Verloff not going for that one either. Sorry.
Verloff did not shoot their auto. I am going with the assumption Verloff did not unload auto fire into a melee with 2 of their own people. I'm just giving you that gift. I'm just making that assumption.
Day 1 of guard school, they said, don't do this unless you really want to.
I didn't go to guard
school. Unless you really hate your principal, I think is the right language. If you really hate your principal, feel free. If you're an arsehole, it's on them.
I didn't go to guard school, and I thought I was shooting the one with the bird, and I got 2 damage. Oh, okay. All right.
But you didn't land any hits, did you?
I did. I got 2.
Knew there was a reason we brought Verloff along with us.
Oh, sorry, you got 2 points of damage, which I have written on the sheet. So don't worry. It is accounted
awesome.
for.
Okay.
My apologies.
No
I had gotten ahead of myself. Okay, so that leaves it with they're 2 down. Which one's? Yep. So that one's dead. Oh, hold on. I got to make this one dead so that it appears as dead. Oh, that's neat. As it so happens, the 2 I chose are the next 2 to move by complete accident. So, Jan.
Let's use.
By the way, am I pronouncing your name right? Is it Jan?
Yoon.
Yoon. Okay. I'm so close so far. Okay, Yoon. Yeah. Please
I'm
make
using my pistol and gets number 10. The one hasn't.
The one that hasn't moved. Okay.
Nothing.
Niet. Okay, blasting away in the darkness. Okay, now, Yasina, there is one on top of you and you are prone, which means you have to stand up, or you can try and shoot it from the ground while you're lying underneath it.
I think I will shoot it from the ground while I'm lying underneath it.
I think that sounds completely reasonable. I am going to ask you to apply a minus to your attack as a result of your position.
Right. Let me just do this thing. Hovering over my fusillade pistol, rolling my dice.
So minus
negative on my base.
Yeah, I think I don't want to be overly unkind, so let's just go with -1 and see how that rolls out. It is right on top of you, so you get a bonus for that. Technically, weapons.
Getting +3 gear bonus, and that's not coming up.
Okay, just add it.
Oh no, it's already got it in there. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
So that's a -1. Did you say?
Yeah. As it's sort of thrashing around on top of you, and you're pulling your pistol out, trying to shoot it, desperate for survival. Oh, you hit it.
Yep.
Nice.
Okay. You cause it 2 points of damage, and that is the
That's
last.
Virgin. I think that's the only 2 points he's got.
That's right. So, the one that had taken a little bit of damage, which was Eosop near the bird, leaps now, makes a decision about what it wants to do. I love this random dice rolling for attacks. Horrifying screech. The blood strider lets out an ear-splitting screech that rattles the nerves. All explorers within medium range suffer 2 points of despair, mitigated by an empathy roll. Could everyone, that is everyone, please make empathy rolls?
Ooh.
And if you fail them, please take 2 points of despair.
If we succeed, I take 1 success. Oh no.
Yeah. Each success reduces the damage by 1.
So that's the roll coming up a bit late.
So despair is hope, yes, or heart?
Hope.
Shit.
How are you doing, mate?
4 left out of 8.
That's okay. You're doing fine. I'm on 3.
Okay, it leaps, it screeches this blood-curdling scream, the scream of the loss of its broodmates, the arching sadness of the destruction of its family unit filters through your headphones, and you all feel the heaving grief that it is sharing with you in a moment of absolute empathy. You connect with this creature, and then Verlof shoots it. We turn the corner on that round, and we are back to the beginning, and I'm not going to get initiatives re-rolled, so because that'll just delay us. So creature 1 sitting on top of you, Matt. Actually, I'm going to make a dice roll though, because one of you has slaughtered 2 of its broodmates, which might make it think I should attack that person, not you. But I'm only going to give it a 1 to 3 on you and a 4 to 6 on Verlof, because it's not going to be sort of random damage assignment. 1 to 3. Yep, no, it's going. I've got this one dead to rights, and it looks delicious.
I also heard it.
You heard it a bit. Yes, that's right. Ooh.
5. That's a good one. That'll do me no damage whatsoever.
Nah, none at all. You'll be fine.
All right. Okay. All right. So it doesn't attack you. It retreats into the shadows.
With it.
No, sadly, although that would have been more fun. It sort of, its coloration changes into this dark sort of grey color. You can see that they can camouflage themselves somehow, and it slips into the darkness. Can I get perception rolls from everyone, please?
Oh, keep it.
And that's my lookout talent.
It does. I reckon that's a pretty legit use of lookout. Yes. Attila, Yasina.
Yeah. I see it, mate. I see it.
Going on.
I see it.
I see it.
Ashmira with the bonus doesn't see it. Okay. For those who can see it, who can't be surprised? Can someone remind me who can't be surprised?
I can't be surprised.
You can't be surprised. Well, as it turns out, you can't be surprised twice over. All right. So it fades into the darkness.
Fuck. You know, also the other thing I should have done is my situational awareness should have given me a free dodge when it attacked me that first time.
Well, there you go.
That mistake again.
Yeah, that might have helped you. You might not have ended up with 4 points of damage lying on the ground. All right, it has faded into the darkness. The only people who made perception checks may attempt to attack it this round. Yeah. But that was its action. So there's one in quite visible range. However, Attila, you are next, and you were in hand-to-hand. Oh, no, sorry, Eosop, you're next. You can't see the one that's just faded into the darkness. You can see the one that is near the bird, though, which was, after all, the one you were attacking last round. You're on mute.
I am going to shoot at the same one. Sorry, dog's barking.
Okay,
and
all good.
So I cannot use my talent again during this combat. And so I just roll.
Roll away. And you get 1 success, causing it 2 points of damage. Unless I can make my armor roll. Nope.
Nope.
Okay, 2 points of damage. It looks sickly, but it is still moving.
Right.
Okay, Attila, you can follow, you saw it, so you can chase after the one that is melded into the shadows.
I am going to chase after the bugger that ran away.
Okay, make a swing with my pickaxe because I love the sound of crunching chitin.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
And
Ooh, nice.
okay.
Crispy.
2 successes.
2 points of damage.
Yeah. Nice
Uh,
one. I could push it if I want to, but I'm not going to.
You could push it if you wanted to. However, you do cause 2 points of damage, so it has seen better days. All right, Verloff, I think you are next.
Okay. So there's 2
one.
targets.
No, there's only 1 target as far as you're concerned, because I don't think you made your perception check, did you?
I did.
Yeah,
I
you
got 2
did.
successes.
Oh, then by all means, there are 2 targets, but they're quite spread apart. Also,
Okay.
you need to reload your weapon.
Yeah, can I do that as a quick action? Or is that going to be my whole round to reload the carbine?
I think it's going to be the whole round.
Okay. Can I swap to my pistol then?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm imagining.
Okay.
Yep. So I can't.
Swapping's always faster than reloading. We all learn this in Call of Duty.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And in Chow Yun Fat movies.
All right. So, there's a call out to something I can track. Yeah.
Excellent reloader.
Reload is an action. Yeah. Yes, it is an action, and it is not a free action. So yes, drawing your weapon is a free action. However, so you flip to the pistol.
Flip to the pistol. All right, let me flip to the pistol.
And which one are you shooting? The one that's near the bird, or the one that scuttled off into the darkness?
If I shoot the one near the bird, is there anybody that I would have to possibly hit or have to worry about?
No.
Okay. I feel like I would go for the one that's in the darkness just because I see it.
Okay. All right.
And I feel
fire
like
away.
That's my. Okay, let me. Pistol. There we go. Okay.
Blam, 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 blam.
So I still get I don't get a +1 because it's not a long arm. It's a short pistol, right?
Correct. That is correct. It is not.
Bless you.
Okay.
All right. Ouch. Once again, unless I roll a incredible amount of successes. Oh, actually, you didn't hit the crit threshold, so it doesn't matter anyway. No, you blam it apart.
Ba-boom.
The kablamo, which I'm going to do it on the combat sheet because otherwise, yeah, 'tis dead. Okay, so that leaves Yon.
I'm shooting. I didn't make the perception roll, so I'm attacking the visible one.
Okay, go for it. It's dead. Actually, it's already dead.
Oh, right.
Oh, no.
It's really dead now.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry. No, actually, sorry. I got confused. Verloff shot the one that ran into the shadows. So actually, yes, you are attacking the last surviving thing. And you did 3 points of damage as well. Just roll its armor to see if it can pull off a miracle. Got 1 point of defense, but not enough because you did 3 points. All right, so it's a quick and nasty combat. You've blasted apart these little creatures. The righteous arm of the Coriolite Empire once again displaces the indigenous inhabitants of a planet to feed the endless resource needs of the ship city. Like a plague upon the lost horizon, you blast your way through creatures without any consideration as to their culture or their intelligence, or indeed their deep emotional connection as a family unit. They are just pawns in your eyes, impediments to the gathering of resources, and you stand amongst them. I just want
to point out that they were about to eat us.
I mean, that's one interpretation. That's one interpretation. I just want to point out they were about to eat you because you were in their ziggurat.
One person's food is another person's attack.
Did they get on a spaceship and fly away to the ship city? No. No, they did not.
It's not their ziggurat anymore. It's ours now.
We have claimed it.
Which is indeed something that has been true since the 14th century and old Al-Ada.
Indeed. All right, so they're...
Hooray for colonization.
No, as a Canadian, I cannot accept that at this point in time.
I was going to say, as a person who was
for reasons of me being a left winger, that was a joke.
Some of my best friends. All right. I did actually go to a comedy show on Thursday night titled White Man's Burden, which was genuinely hilarious. So you all. So one thing is you use 1 point of supply because that was an exhausting moment. So could one person take a hit on 1 point of supply for me, please?
I will. I will. I have.
How do the rules on guns work? So
14.
Yeah, I'm just about to check what low capacity means.
What are you on, Eostop?
14.
Because I have a feeling low capacity literally means that
me and you are the same. We need to see who on supplies and stuff.
As a captain should.
That's why I'm not seeing it. Okay, let me just get there.
I have a low capacity.
Oh, for a well-navigated PDF, one I wouldn't give. Okay. Weapon features. Here we go. Auto. Low capacity. Rolling one or more ones, even without pushing, means that the magazine is empty. Ooh.
Oh.
We did not notice that. All right, those fusillade pistols would have been needing to be reloaded in the middle of combat. However, just to say it for the sake of simplicity, anyone who fired their fusillade pistol, burn a supply point. And obviously, automatic fire, burn a supply point.
Okay, I'm down to 13.
Okay.
Knew there was a reason I didn't fire my pistol.
Just kiss your pickaxe.
So that's interesting. So combat burns. So there's actually a genuine reason to get rid of fusillade pistols as quickly as possible, which is they are a supply sink.
Yes.
They will. There's a genuine. I'm going to upgrade my pistol as quickly as possible to something that isn't low capacity. High capacity means, by the way, that you roll a 4+. You roll at the end of combat. If you roll a 4+, there's no need to reload. Obviously, standard capacity means you need to reload it at the end of combat. And low capacity means if you roll a 1 on the attack, even without pushing, the magazine empties in that fire and you need to reload it before you can reuse it. So you you shoot the bullet and then you go, shit, I'm out of bullets. You have to reload it in the combat. That costs you a supply and and it burns you in action. So low capacity weapons are actually pretty heavily nerfed, for want of better language. Useful to know. Okay.
I only fired it once, and I didn't get any ones.
Yeah, but you'd have to reload it at the end of combat anyway.
That's true. Okay.
That's my point.
I can't see my records for my shooting.
Yeah, it literally says under standard ammunition, if you have fired a weapon in combat, you just reload when the fight is over, spending 1 supply. The difference for low capacity is you're rolling every time you shoot it to see whether you need to. You're reloading it every time you shoot it, basically. All right, so it's a genuine supply sink. Okay, so you're standing there in this blight zone. Obviously, Yasina, you've been injured with 4 points of damage. But first of all, can I get everyone, please, because this is where we're gonna pause. Can I get everyone to make their first blight resistance check with their suit? If you get no successes, you take 1 point of heart damage.
Oh, nice.
How does your standard delving suit only have 1 point of blight reduction?
I don't know, but that's the
Hold
stat
on,
I
that's
was
a
given.
standard exosuit. I think that's the wrong. I need to look at your sheet. I think
Right,
anyway, you made it, so that's fine. But
I made it
So-
on one dice.
either have
Come
a light-
on.
You should either have a light or a medium
Yeah.
delving suit, and they roll between 3 and how many dice?
Five.
Is it?
Five. I rolled
Light
5.
is 3.
Yeah.
So I didn't get any successes. So I roll what for damage?
No, you take 1 point of heart.
1 point of heart. That's fine.
Yeah, because you are now being attacked by the blight.
Yeah.
I got one
Fucking
success.
immune to that.
So if you got 1 success, you took no blight damage. It's
Oh,
only a
cool.
blight 1 zone, so you take no blight damage. Now, if you choose to rest here, you will suffer another round of blight. The other option you've got is does the bird have cleanse zone? Does the bird have the
Yes, I believe she does.
blight? Clear blight. Clears all blight from 1 zone for 1 shift. You make a roll, it burns an energy point, and then you can rest here safely and not take any blight damage.
It's only got 1 energy point.
Yeah, it can rest as well. So I'll just check what it needs to do to recover its energy. The other option is you just crawl back up the stairs. You crawl back out of this hole, or you keep on going. So in case you hadn't noticed, there's a
I
tunnel
wouldn't mind
going.
resting, but
Yeah, I think
can
resting
understand-
here.
Let me see if I can. If
I'm
I
up for
can
that.
The bird.
And I'm just going to delete your tokens again. Sorry, guys.
All right.
I am trying to roll insight and getting nowhere. Why is nothing happening?
Because you may have clicked the attribute gear. That's what happened to me.
No, fine. It's absolutely fine now.
Okay.
Roll 5. Come on.
Nope.
Oh,
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh.
All right, and your bird is now exhausted. What you can do is, like I said, you can sort of climb back up.
No, I'm going to stay here. The others
Okay.
can climb back up if they want.
Okay,
If
and
we-
then then I'm gonna roll to see another round of blight at the end of the rest.
is it better
Okay.
for us? Do we spend a supply going back up?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the reason to stay where we are. Is because we need
Yeah.
supply more than we need health at this point. Do we have anybody who can heal?
So recovering health, first aid. Someone can give you first aid rolling logic. If successful, you recover a number of points of damage equal to the successes they roll. Hold on. If you heal
I've
damage
just
and
rolled-
only broken victims can recover health in this way. Oh, okay. Don't worry about that then. Ignore everything I just said. Good. If you've got many doses, they can heal you. However, on your own, just resting for a shift, which is what you're going to do, will heal you 1 point of health.
Or hope.
Just going to hope now. Hope and despair, recovering hope. Only broken. Yeah, on your own. You automatically recover 1 point of hope at the end of a shift.
Okay.
And in answer to the last one, if you are on your own, you can spend. You get 1 point of. So basically, you recover one of each per shift. Now, on top of that, though, you can actually make this delve camp. I think. I'll just check that statement against the delve rules. And then we will call it, like I said earlier. Okay, so we've been doing delve camp. Clear blight or decontamination equipment requires a stretch of work and a logic roll, consuming 1. Can rest and recover here, consuming 1 supply per shift. So you can actually set this up, if you want to, you can set this up as sort of a safe zone that you could come back to and rest. Or you can just rest here and not worry about it. Oh, actually.
What's the benefits of setting it up?
One, and the biggie is you only use 1 point of supply per shift as opposed to per stretch. So you can actually rest here for a long period of time. But you'll need to make someone will need to make a logic roll and burn a point of supply to effectively make it a delve camp as you set up equipment and other things.
I'm happy to burn supply, but if anyone's got better than a 4 in logic,
I have 5.
great.
I can do it. I've got 5.
Okay,
Look,
I'll burn the
Make
supply.
camp.
Can I offer a die of help? At least.
Yes,
For the
I'm going to
logic
allow
roll.
that. I think that's completely sensible. Matter of fact, per the usual rules, I think up to 3 people can offer a point of. Yes, you can. Up to 3 people can help. So if you want to do it that way, or you can just get the 1 success and be satisfied with that. All right. Okay, Yosop and others, you set up a camp. There's no bonus for extra successes. Nope, there's no bonus for extra successes. So you now have a camp, which means all of you can recover. You spend 1 shift resting here. All of you recover 1 point of hope, 1 point of health, and 1 point of heart for resting in the zone.
Can I pull out my deck of cards?
You can. And you can also pull out any other thing that you want to use to do. So some people also have, I believe, alcohol, which will also allow you to recover things. But yes, you can pull out your deck of cards.
I can offer those to Attila, who I think is low on health or low on hope.
Hope, yeah.
Yeah, so I can loan you my deck of cards. That'll give you an extra hope point back.
And I am going to start reading some rare poetry.
Awesome.
And that will also give you back a point of hope.
You might want to ask around, because I actually think Yasina had less hope than Attila, by the way, just to make a small side point.
I've now down 2 hope. I've got 5 because of...
Oh, you're down 2. Okay.
I have only 3 hope left.
Okay, Asmira has only got 3 hope left.
I will play with my...
If you want to give the deck of cards to Asmira instead of me, that's fine.
Okay. And then I also have some alcohol that restores a point of hope.
Love it.
So who wants
Give
that?
it to us.
Because I'm back to full hope, because I was lost only 1 point of hope and then got it back at the end of the shift. So I don't need either of these right now.
Question. Would consuming a dose of orchid dust restore some hope?
I'm glad
We're always
you asked.
back to the poem. We're always back to the dust.
Always. What I particularly love is we're surrounded by blight. We've just cleared the blight from this area. We haven't cleared the blight from this area. Sorry, you failed. I'm going to give it to you because otherwise it'll become too complicated and I can't be asked. Dust. Dusty goodness.
Stick it up my nose and here we go. Woohoo!
Orchid dust. No, it will not.
Okay, I won't do that then.
No.
Okay.
All right.
Who am I reading my poems to so that they get the extra point of hope?
Who wants an additional point of hope?
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right.
Okay. So at the end of the resting period, and I am cheating here because technically the Delve camp can only be set up in a blight-free area. So I'm actually just for the sake of the mechanics going to grant you the blight-free area just because I want to kind of end in a place of some safety for you guys. So GM fiat. I didn't find out whether the bird recovers the bird rules. Do the bird rules?
Was the bird injured?
No. Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah, no, it was. It took some health as well from an attack. But
bird.
the question was how much energy does it recover? Bird movement, bird companion, bird communication, losing control, bird energy. Oh, it recovers all of its energy after one shift of complete rest.
Oh, nice.
Perfect.
Okay, so it goes back to full energy at that point.
It's got that big bird energy.
It has a very bright yellow plumage coming through right now. Okay. So on that note, that's where we're going to stop for today because it's 9:00 a.m. my time and I'm going to go out with the humans. Final round of thoughts, though, in accordance. So you're resting here, but combat's quick. Be my first comment. Combat is actually very quick.
Combat.
It's not complicated. There's a very light set of rules, which I personally appreciate. Anything from you guys? Any thoughts?
No, I've got a question for everybody. Could we all get together in the upcoming week to have a bit of a discussion about this before the next episode, or should I find other content for the next episode and we'll do it in a couple of weeks' time?
I am okay either way.
Yeah, I'm okay either way. Are we ready to? Do we need another one under our belt?
I'm asking. That's a part that's sort of wrapped up in the question I'm asking you. We've only done a little bit of delving, so maybe not. I don't know. What do you all feel?
Well,
I mean, and you don't. It's entirely voluntary. You don't have to be there. But we did.
I'm ready. I'm ready to talk about it. I think the bigger question is, you're not able to make it next Saturday. So if we postponed ourselves for another Saturday so that we have a free Saturday and we all play, would it not be better for us to discuss it after that or this week? It would kind of be in 2.5 weeks or this week. Because I don't think it would be fair to discuss it later if you're not part of the group.
Okay, let's leave it. Let's leave it for a bit. I'll get some other content up for next week. I'm sure I could get something. I'm sure I can get something. We have a packed schedule of things. I'll just bring forward another article. That's what I mean to say.
Of course, that's what we all heard as well.
Yes, we all heard about that article. Yeah. 6.
We've got at least 2 people asking us for interviews actually, so it's no problem. I'm thinking I can.
So do we play? Cool. Okay, we're still online. So I just want to say that I thought that
none of you heard that.
Yeah, no, I thought that Jed's shooting was very good. Like I thought that the mechanics of it were very good. And I didn't feel like we were bogged down as much by counting our supply. I thought that it would be worse than what it was. I don't know.
The only tricky part, I think, is knowing who's making sure one person is doing it. It'd be easier if everybody took one off, because I like, it's like, oh, who takes one off? And then 3 people say, I'll do it. And say, oh, you did it. I won't do it. And it gets a little muddled, I feel like, or could get muddled.
That might be the fault of this method of doing it as opposed to around a table. But, yes, I do see the point. There
if we had it
in this very session where
like physical tokens, it'd be super easy.
Yeah, if we had something up here that we could track, that would help.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what's interesting is there's a shared view of supply, as in a single number, in the group setting, in the group, in Attila's Circus. But you can't, I don't think you can discount it. Mechanically, maybe next, to make that flow easy, maybe the assumption is I just go around the table, as it were, in a sense, for standard supply usage. So,
you take a point. Yes,
yeah.
You take a point.
Yeah, exactly. That would vastly simplify that conversation. And then personal usage burns your own supply. So ammo and those sorts of things then you just manage against your own supply list.
As we keep telling you, Asmira, don't get higher on your own supply.
And don't fire those pistols.
Don't put the nitrous in.
Don't.
I quite like, actually, I actually like the fact that pistols, the fusillade pistol you get issued is like, do I want to use my fusillade pistol? Like, there's a genuine question. It's like, do I want to use my fusillade pistol, or will I use something else to deal with this problem?
It's the last.
And by the looks of it, it's not even a great weapon by the looks of things.
No, it's definitively the rubbishy, kit bashed, sort of version of many a post-apocalyptic game's weaponry, where you've got the old sort of, 20 or 12 gauge double barrel shotgun that's been sawn off, and then it's had something jammed into it to make it work.
It's basically like
actual bullets.
It works kind of like a holdout pistol, where you don't want to use it, but if you need it, it's good to have.
Yeah. I can see fights towards the end of a delve being very impacted by genuinely this consideration.
And then
because whilst I wouldn't, sorry, go. My apologies.
No. I was just going to say that it's the debate at the end where you're counting your supply to get back up, or you're counting whether or not to shoot to prevent someone's death. So it really is, it's actually
what's
a pretty good gear.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting when one of the possible sort of, what's the word, grind, one of the possible grind settings, because I think that's what the supply suggests, is there's a grind element, is when you're escaping, you use up your supply as you go out. If you drop below a certain point of supply, you start taking damage. If you reach 0, you start taking real damage. And so there is a possible grind where it's like, oh, how many rolls do I have to make to get out? Anyway, because at certain points you're going to run out of supply as you move up. That's when it'll get nasty. That's actually when a party that's representing that sort of last bit of supply could become quite interesting, because it's like, well, one of us has to go to 0. Who's going to go to 0 first? And do you start going, I'm not taking a hit for the team because I'm going to hold on to my supply as long as possible to get out of the thing? Which would actually be a genuine possibility with your group. Just as a small side note.
I think before we get low on supplies, we kill one and share the supplies from that person, and we'll be just fine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If someone dies at the bottom, that's extra supply for everyone.
We just draw straws then, yeah?
Yeah, it's classic explorer motif. I'm seeing it, like that desperate struggle to survive and get out could become quite nasty. It would be interesting to role play that out, actually. Normally, I would suggest because in the One Ring, for instance, you don't re-roll the journey to get back home. It's just assumed to have happened. and you don't make any of those rolls. But actually, there's a little bit of a temptation to play that out in this game, just to get that kind of, particularly if you had lots of supply, I wouldn't bother. But if you had only a little bit of supply, I'd be really tempted to role play it out, to see people going, actually, I'm not going to go to 0. You should go to 0, and watching characters backstab each other to survive as they make it out the hole.
An interesting observation is I actually felt tension and scared when we lost the bird. And I mean, for a role-playing game where we're just delving and we've just started and we've already lost control of the bird, it just shows how precarious and how much we rely on that bird. So I thought that was very good tension.
Yeah, it was good. There's the loss of control rule that I thought it was more fun. And actually, to be upfront, I was building on the fact that all of you had, I can't be surprised, I've got extra look at. I thought, how am I going to introduce these goddamn beasties? And then it was like, you failed the roll on the bird. Well, there you go. That's convenient. So no, that worked actually really well. All right. Well, cool, guys. Look, another fun session though.
Absolutely.
Game continues to be very easy to run, and I am not using as many encounters as they suggest. So technically, you're meant to make a hazard roll every time you don't encounter, like every time after every movement. I think that will become very sort of repetitive, so I'm going to avoid that and just deploy the hazards as I see fit. But otherwise, I think that works really well.
Especially if every delve roll fails, with lots of encounters, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And each one burns supply.
Yeah.
So
and then all we end up doing
starts
is
to go down fast.
And then we'd be heading back up and we wouldn't accomplish our goal. And so, but well,
Exactly.
I think I'm going to end the stream here, and everybody can wave, and we'll see you whenever we're on again.